Bye. Love you. Good morning. It is early in the morning, you guys. I think it is like 20 after 7, and I just dropped my auntie off at the airport. She came in for my dad's 90th birthday. You guys, my dad turned 90 this weekend. I can't believe it. We had so much fun. It was such a fun gathering to celebrate my dad. I had aunts and uncles there. I had all my cousins there. And it's so nice because you get a chance to visit with family that you know, I don't hang out with my aunts and uncles and my cousins a lot. So it was a wonderful celebration for my dad, and I got to see my aunts and uncles and my cousins. I didn't take a lot of pictures. I'll put up the pictures that I did take. We had so much fun, and my dad got pooped out. He didn't make it through the whole party, but he tried. So anyway, I thought, I'm dropping my aunt off in town. Why not come over to the Home Depot and see what they have for their fall plants and see if we can find some fun stuff in the clearance section maybe? And it's early, so there's probably not a lot of people here, so I can talk a little bit more freely. So let's go buy some happy. I think we'll hit the outdoor section first and then go in, or should we go in first? No, I think we should go through the outdoor section first because I'll pay in the indoor section. So here's a cart. Let's grab this cart and let's go walking through and see what they have on sale. All kinds of shrubs, some sage. Look at this, is right up in front. This is pretty, Russian sage, 1998, full sun. That's pretty. I think this gets really big and bushy though, doesn't it? That'd be pretty in the cut flower garden. All right, let's take a peek, see it, what they got. They have a bunch of hibiscus. 3-gallon hardy hibiscus, $29.98. They have white with a little pink center. That's pretty. And then over here they have Rose of Sharon. That's pretty. It's so early, the blooms aren't open yet. A Rose of Sharon for $29.98. And then over here, oh, right here is the flower. Oh, that's pretty. And then they have some little rose plants. These little flowers are pretty. It looks like a carnation. Let's see what this is. French Cabaret Blush Hibiscus. Oh, pretty. I didn't know they came in petals like this. Cute. They have more Rose of Sharon over there in all different colors. I'm not really like a Rose of Sharon or hibiscus type of person. I know that like, look at these flowers. They're so pretty. But I've never really grown them. Maybe once we get the garage built. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Oh, there's a little bumblebee in there. Hi. Good morning. Oh, whoops. Whoops, I didn't mean to disturb you, little buddy. Maybe once we get the garage built, I will do more of like shrubs. Right now, I don't have a lot of shrubs. I have those 2 new hydrangea plants in the driveway garden. And then I have one of these. I think I have one of these in the Weigilla. I think I have in the cut flower bed that I brought over from the other house. But maybe I'll expand into more of like bushy type plants instead of like flowers and stuff like that. We'll see. Let's go over here and look back here. These are super cute. They are emerald green arborvitae. I don't think I can have arborvitae because the deer would come in and eat them. And remember when I was talking and I said I wanted to do 2 small little plants for the entryway of the driveway garden? These are so cute. Oh, here's a yew. I think I have one of these in my front garden and I'm not a fan. An upright yew for $10.98. What about these little pine trees? These are super cute. A dwarf Alberta spruce for $10.98. Oh, I'm gonna have to read the ticket on that. Hang on. Okay, I think this is gonna get too big. 6 to 8 tall, 36 inches apart is fine, but I think they're gonna get too tall for that space where I want them. Full sun, which is perfect, but I think I'm gonna have to trim them, which I guess wouldn't be so bad. All right, let's keep looking. Let's go back there and look at the boxwoods. All right, I think these are boxwoods. All right, baby gem boxwood evergreen shrub. Let's see. Sun to shade, U.S. hardy zones 5, 4 feet tall and 4 to 5 feet wide. This would be perfect. And they're all baby gems. Oh, this would be perfect. I wonder if I should get 2 of these. And then I can like shape them. And I think they're on sale. The ticket price is $12.98. So let's get 2 of these and put them in the cart. Okay, I came back to the back of the lot and they have bigger ones back here for $24.98. So I'm wondering if I should just get a bigger one because I got 2 little ones. Oh, look at these little guys. Oh, aren't they cute? What are these? Let's see. Dwarf Alberta spruce. Oh yeah, I think these are gonna get big too. 6 to 8. Yeah, I don't want them to get that big. Oh, but those are so cute. And then they got some little flat ones. Those would be cute by my blue spruce by the entryway to the daycare garden. All right, let's see. Look at these. These are a little bit bigger. Shadow. There. They're a little bit bigger for $10 more. Do I just buy the little ones and let them grow? I think I'm just gonna buy the little ones and let them grow, right? They have all kinds of hydrangea. Oh, so pretty. They got some fun trees back there. Those would be good for the fence in the driveway garden. I can't do arborvitaes though because the deer will come in and then they'll eat all of my hosta and then that would be bad news bears. Yews are huge. 5-gallon pot for $39.98. These are kind of cute. I think these are arborvitaes though. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Thuga arb, Dancia globe. Thuja? Huh. Oh, they're really soft. Those are pretty. They got really fun texture. These little ones. Alberta spruce dwarf. Juniper. Oh, I could maybe do a juniper. Those are pretty, and I think they get little blue berries on them. Let's go over and look at them. Oh, there's a difference in color, definitely. These are a little bit more blue. The texture on them, they look like little stars. Can you see the texture? Oh, they're pretty. I don't mind these. I wonder if I could put these in the driveway garden. I'll have to bring Scott back. $49.98 for a 5-gallon pot. That isn't a bad price. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be a good start, right? I'm gonna bring Scott back to look at those because I think those would be really pretty in the driveway garden where we're gonna get the fence. All right, let's grab our cart. I got these two little boxwoods, and let's go in the store and see if we can find some plants on clearance or something. They do have some perennials out here. They have some hibiscus, some sedum, allium, coreopsis, some more sedum, some cannas. I think this is geranium up there. Some lilies, some lavender, some more coreopsis, some blanket flower. Oh, this is pretty. I don't know what that is. It looks like a little lily. Let's see. See if we can find a tag. That's what it is. Crocosmia. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But it looks like a tiny little lily, doesn't it? Look at the leaf. Oh, that's so sweet. Full sun. I wonder if I should get one of these I'm gonna get one of these for the driveway garden. They're super cute with their tiny little flowers. Just one. We'll try it out. And then they have a bunch of repeats in there. Some aster in the front. Okay, let's go in. All right, you guys, I came out to the nursery part, and they have some selection for perennials. So I think I am going to just kind of walk through and look at tags and look at names and try and get some stuff. Look at these corabells. Oh my gosh, that color is beautiful. But I'm gonna try and get things that I don't have. I don't want to double up on things that I already have. Even if I get one thing of a new plant. Wow, look at that. They're huge. One thing of a new plant to put in the driveway garden for next year. Oh, they have some ferns. Those ferns are beautiful. Wow. And they have a bunch of hosta. Let's see. Shadowland, Hope Springs Eternal. Whoops, I'm sorry. I don't think I have this hosta. Oh, look at the leaf. It's frilly. Oh, that's pretty. All right, I am going to do a walkthrough, and then I will turn the camera on once I get my bearings. I went through this little hosta section. They have a lot of Empress Wu, Woo La La, Seducer, and Hope Springs Eternal. I only found 2 Hope Springs Eternal, and these are 2 hostas I do not have. So I am going to grab these 2. These big, beautiful ferns are called ostrich ferns. Look at how pretty they are. And look at how big. Aren't those beautiful? I'm gonna have to read the tag on them because I love them. I think over by my propane tank, I might have some of these. So let's see here. 48 inches tall, 36 inches apart, water when dry, hardy down to -50, perennial, shade. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to get, how many should I get? I should get probably, for the driveway garden, I should get 2, maybe even 3, maybe 3. Where should I put them? Let's think about this for a second. I'm thinking I could put them over where I put my Sum and Substance, and I have those 2 hydrangea plants in the back corner of the driveway garden. I think the color might be too similar to the Sum and Substance, but I could put them where all those little hydrangeas are dying, where the slugs are getting them. So I would need a filler. So if I got 3, I would need a filler behind it, like something tall. And I really wanted to get a Japanese maple, but I don't see that they have any. I wonder if I could put like one of those spruces. I'm gonna have to have Scott come back. I think I'm gonna get the ferns though, because I'm not seeing any little trees in here. They got some Brunnera over there. Brunnera, I don't know. Brunnera doesn't do good in my garden. All right, let me think about this for a second. I decided to get the 2 ferns, and I'm going to put them over by the stump by the blue spruce. So then I thought, well, I need a little bit of color to give it a pop. So what do you think of this Heuchera Dulce Wild Berry? Look at that color. Isn't that pretty? Up against that green, I think it would be gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna get 3 of these little ones and 2 of the ferns, and then I'll put it over in that area by that stump by the driveway garden, and it'll give it a little pop of color. I love that. They have, look at this white phlox. Isn't it so pretty? It just pops. Here, there's some up here. I'm not a fan of phlox, but it's so pretty. It just doesn't, when it blossoms, it kind of gets junky looking. Like it doesn't, the blossoms don't last really long. They're so pretty and they smell so good, but I'm just not a fan of it. I have some pink stuff in the driveway garden and it's been blossoming for a really long time. So I'm super impressed with it. I put those little lilies back. I thought, well, I better hold off. So I think I'm gonna get 3 of these. Let's get some and put them in the cart. Look at those colors together. Doesn't that look pretty? And I got 4. They're so little. All right. I kind of did a walkthrough and there really wasn't much more that I thought that I needed. This plant here is kind of fun, but it's kind of reckless. Like it kind of just grows all over the place. So I don't think I'm gonna get that. And I think I already have this. And this is Russian sage, and that gets really big. I have allium. Look at the sedum, isn't that pretty? That huge pop of pink color. Gosh, I wish I liked sedum, but I'm just not a fan of it. And I have a lot of it already at the other house. And then we come down here and they have all kinds of little, oh, this is fun. Dianthus, tiny rubies. And then they have some grasses. I think some grasses would be fun. I'm gonna redo the front of the house. Look at that, isn't that fun? Looks like a big caterpillar. Let's walk around and see what it is, the name of it. I'm gonna redo the front of the house probably next year. And I thought a grass would be really pretty in front of the house. But I want it to have some like texture. And these are neat. What is this? Red rocket. It's pretty. Look at. Isn't that gorgeous? That would be fun. Just one by itself. Let's see, how big does it get? It varies. Height varies, space varies, water when dry. Hardiness varies and blooms mid-spring to fall. That isn't very informative. It's pretty though. Okay, you guys, I think I'm done. I don't think I really found anything that like, oh, look at these flowers. These are weird looking. Look at the bottoms of them. Oh, pretty. Look at that center. What is this? Is this a perennial? Let's see here. It's a trio of echinacea. That doesn't look like those colors though, does it? Doesn't look like there's 3 of them in there. It looks like there's only one. Those are super pretty though. What a beautiful pop of color. I have a lot of coneflowers already in the cut flower bed, so I think I'm gonna hold off. There's some more garden phlox. That hot pink, that's pretty. They have lamb's ear, coreopsis, a bunch of heuchera, lupin, liatris, all 50% off. Perennial shade hanging baskets. Oh, these are beautiful. How much are they? $29.98. Oh, and they have hosta, lamium, heuchera. I think this is ajuga. And they're all different. Oh, those are pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to check out, you guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to start buying stuff that I don't really need. I am home and I am going to unload all of the plants, and I think we can get these corabels and these ferns in the ground today. I got 4 Proven Winners Dolce Wild Berry Heuchera. And they're in this little smaller pot, but they'll grow on. Let's read the specs here. Short, 10 to 14 inches tall. Plant 16 inches apart. Hardiness zones 4 through 9. Early summer blossom, sun to shade. So I got 4 of these, and I thought I would pair them up with these ostrich ferns. Look at how pretty. Over by the stump. Look at those colors together. I don't know if they're gonna be right next to each other, but oh my gosh, so pretty. So these are an ostrich fern, the Home Depot Garden Club. Says it right there, the Home Depot Garden Club. Ostrich fern, height 48 inches tall, space 36 inches apart, hardiness -50, and it is a shade plant. And look at, I paid, it was 10% off of $19.98. So what is that? It'd be 10% would be $2. I don't know, I'm not good at math, but I got 10% off. Look at how big they are. So I got 2 of these. So we will get those planted today. 2 of these hosta, because I don't have this kind. We're probably not going to plant these today. But it is Proven Winners Shadowland Hope Springs Eternal. I got 2 of those because I love the frilly leaf. Isn't that fun? So I got 2 of these. And then I got 2 little boxwoods, because remember, was it in my last video or the video before? I want to move the walking path it's always hard to do this. I want to make this wider, and then I want to put these 2 little things, I'm going to make them into a globe, and then set them like on the side of each one here and one there. Wouldn't that be so cute? And then they'll grow, as they grow bigger, it'll be like a little ball. You can't really see it because I'm too far away, but oh, I think it's gonna look so cute. But I thought that's where I would put these. But I won't do those today either. So let's read this is a Garden Debut Baby Gem Boxwood. Oh, whoops. Sun to shade, U.S. zones, cold, hardy, -20 to -10, 4 feet tall by 4 feet wide. So I thought that would be perfect. And I'll just get them in the ground and let them grow this year. And then I'll just kind of like make them into a little ball and just let them keep growing and keep. They kind of smell like cat pee. I think I've heard that about certain boxwoods too. But I'm not going to be close enough to ever have it really bother me. So I got 2 of these. And then that's it. So let's plant the ferns and the heuchera today. This is where I wanted to put those big ostrich ferns. But there's not enough space right here. It's too tall and it takes up like half that blue spruce. And then if we come on this side, I have some astilbe that I planted there. So then I tried to set them like here and here, and they take up that space too much. So I need something a little bit lower profile. So then I thought, I was talking about this, I think I said something when I was still at the store. I have this area that my hosta is not doing well. Like every single time I put hosta in here, the bugs eat it. So what if I have, let's see, this is new. What is this? It is a lantern rose. What are it's called a hellebore. That's what they're called. So I just put that in so I can move that. And these little hosta here are not doing well at all. So I can move those. That is like a little anemone that I just planted. So I can move that. And I can very easily move that hosta. And what if I did this? Look at how pretty that looks together. So I had this ajuga, and it will pull off the purple from the heuchera, and then the heuchera pops up against that fern. So if I put them in here, I can, make rows, put the two ferns separate, leave an opening, and then I can still put in like some kind of tree or a bush or another hydrangea, and I will have room. And then I won't have hosta in this area, and then I'm hoping that the slug damage will go down. I think what I'm gonna do is I am basically just going to dig up these plants. I think I will replant this. I will replant this anemone. And then these little hostas that have so much slug damage, I think I'm going to put in, like I have some containers, and I think I'm just gonna pot them up and put them in these little containers and see if I can't nurse them back to health a little bit before I have to plug them back in the ground. Because I never do well with overwintering hosta. So I'm going to try my best with what time I have left in the growing season. Or maybe I can put them, I have kind of like a super shady area in the backyard. Maybe I'll just plug them in there for now and just kind of let them grow on until next year, and then next year let them be moved. I mean, they still have a really good root system. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just stick them in the ground in the backyard and hope they make it. Oh, these darn slugs. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna dig everything up. I took all the stuff out, and then I just moved around the mulch. So we would start like with a blank canvas. So there really isn't, other than a couple of weeds, there really isn't anything in this area. Let me come back here and see if you can see it better. So it's kind of just a blank section. I have these pine trees. In between each pine tree, I kind of have like these little sections that I plant. So let's start with that stuff, a new section. So let's take the plants and set them kind of where I would think I would like them. Now I want to plant these kind of close together because I want to be able to have like a bush back here. So I wonder, and this kind of goes on an angle. So I wonder if I should put them up closer like that. And then the hydrangea in the other section is right here. So I would be the bush between the two trees. All right, that looks pretty there. And then we would do these little heuchera, and I think we would plant them fairly close so they pop. Kind of like that. I'll line things up better between to make sure that they're equal spacing between the trees. And then that. I love that. It looks so pretty. And then I will eventually get like a bush or a tree, like back in this area. I love these colors together, you guys. Look at how it pulls. It's so pretty. Okay, let's plant this. And you know what else I was thinking, you guys? I think I have these ostrich ferns straight across the way by my propane tank. So it'll kind of pull that same color and texture across the way. I love it when you have a plan, like you see something in your mind and then you can bring it to life in your garden. I cannot wait until this garden matures. This garden is in its first full year of growth. I planted a lot of the hostas and a lot of the plants that I have last year and started this garden, so it hasn't really had time to go through like the leap, sleep, creep, or the creep, sleep, leap thing yet because it's so new. But once it does, and it, you know, I find a pattern or plants that I like together that do well in the spot that I put them, it is going to look fantastic. And the first year I just basically bought plants I liked and put them in the ground. I didn't really like do texture together or color together or anything like that. I just threw them in the ground. So now that I'm learning more about gardening and perennials and hostas and ferns and like shade loving plants, I am designing, you know, little areas like this. And for the most part, unless the plant doesn't do well where I'm putting it and I have to move it, they're gonna stay put and they're gonna be able to grow on and grow together and, you know, put on some size. So I am super excited that I'm learning how to do that, and I'm putting plants in areas that I don't necessarily have to move right away, you know. Then it gives them a chance to come to their full potential. I'm just trying to see, I don't think this is deep enough, but I'm hitting some roots. So I'm trying to dig around them a little bit. I'm not sure if ferns love biotone, so I'm not going to use any when I plant these guys. But I will give them a good drink of water. Rough them up a little bit. Oh my gosh. I love it. And if you get a bucket, I'll remember the name. But if you get a bucket and you don't remember the name, take a scissors and cut this out and then just stick it in the ground next to the plant or put it like in your plant book. Some people keep plant books. I'll remember the name because it's one of my favorite ferns. And this area just gets a little bit of afternoon sun. So I think all the plants that I'm placing here are shade to part sun loving plants. So I think they will all do really well here. The hostas that I had in this area twice when I first moved here, and this whole area was still like all jungle and trees and shrubs and weeds and grapevine and overgrown. It was like icky. And then once we cleaned it out a little bit, I threw some hostas in here from the other house. You know, I just wanted them in the ground. So I just threw them in, not thinking anything of it, because it was a pretty shady area. Well, that first year, the bugs, the slugs, I have some roots here I have to snap. The slugs came in and decimated the hosta that I had in here. I'm just chopping this root. I just took my shovel and chopped it. Decimated the hosta that I had in here. So I thought maybe it was something that I brought over from the other house, like a bug or a slug that I brought over from the other house. So I used some of that sluggo, and it helped for a little while, but then they came back. So those plants I dug up and moved. And I thought, well, we'll try it again. And that was the plants you saw me show you in the beginning of the video. So I don't want to put any hosta plant in this area, because I think the slugs are just eating them so much, they're killing them. So hopefully slugs won't like these ferns and the corabels and the ajuga that I picked. And they will now hightail it out of here, because I'm not giving them what they like anymore. And I am not going to put any hosta in this area. I'm going to plant these plants, what we have here today, and then I want to go get like maybe another hydrangea, just a different variety, or some kind of shade-loving shrub, something that gets, you know, like a little bit bigger. Maybe like an ornamental tree, like those trees, what are they, boxwood trees, where they have like a little globe on the bottom and then they have a stalk and a little globe on the bottom. Like something like that would be cute. Just no more hostas in this area. Well, look at that, we got the ferns in. Okay, let's plant the corabels next. You guys know about heuchera, right? That sometimes it will heave. It does something that calls heaving, where it like the crown of the plant pops up out of the dirt. So you should plant it a little bit deeper. When the ground in the wintertime freezes and then it thaws, it pushes, it takes the plant, let's say it's planted and this is the ground, that my glove is the dirt. So you plant it a little bit deeper so the crown of the plant is like just a little bit under the level of the soil, see? And then in the wintertime, when it freezes, it pushes the plant up. So in the spring, the crown of the plant, that's the crown of the plant right here, this, sometimes that will get pushed up out of the dirt and then the plant doesn't do well. So you just want to, when you have heuchera, corbels, tiarella, stuff like that, you just want to go around and check, like, you know, just lift up the plant like this and check to see if it heaved. If it did, just dig the plant up, plant it a little deeper, cover it up, and it'll do just fine. And I learned a thing because I would always dig the hole, throw my biotone in it, and then water it from the top up. And I learned, maybe Laura from Garden Answer, that sometime if you don't give the plant enough water to get to that fertilizer, I think it really happens mostly with trees because she plants a lot of trees and shrubs, but I'm not going to take any chances. So she said sometimes if you don't give it a good enough drink and then that dry fertilizer sits down in that hole and then the roots start to spread to look for the water, that fertilizer could burn the roots. So now when I put biotone in a hole, I always try to put water in the hole too and splash it around a little bit so I know that that biotone has gotten water. And then it won't burn out my roots. There, all right, we got all the heuchera in. So let's plant the ajuga. You guys, I was literally planting these other two ajuga. And I was talking, not paying attention to what I was doing, talking to you guys, telling you stories about my dad's birthday party. And I turn around and I didn't press play. So I planted these two. I have one left. And we are gonna get it in the ground. Oh my gosh, do you guys ever do that? Like think you press play and then walk away and not double check, and then you go to stop it so you can move your camera and then you find out you didn't hit play? Oh, god darn it, how many times has that happened to us? A lot, more times than I would like to admit. Or did you ever go to a grocery store with your husband or a friend or your sister, and you're not paying attention to where they are? So then you're just talking, and then all of a sudden you turn around and they're not there. And there's like complete strangers just standing there looking at you like, who are you talking to? Oh, look, there's a big rock in that one. Like, who are you talking to, crazy? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, well, my husband was standing right here. Oh my gosh, I do that a lot too. Good grief. They probably think I'm a cuckoo bird. Look at that. There we go. We got them all in. Oh, it's gonna look so pretty, you guys. Got way too much mulch over here. Look at that. Oh, it looks so pretty. Let me grab the camera and turn you around and recap on everything we did today. Look at that, you guys. There's such a little space between here and here. Like I have a shed right there. So it's really hard for me to get back in here and show you Now the sun is out, of course. But look at that. Remember, we had a big old hosta and 3 dying hosta and then 2 tiny little green hosta. I don't know. Golden tiara, I think someone said they were. One of you said it was golden tiara. And I had them in here, so we went through and we dug them all up. And then in its place, we planted this ajuga. And we planted these corabels. And then we planted these ferns. And just look at that color together. When the corabel and the ajuga grow and like get to full potential, they're gonna look so pretty here. Oh, I am in love with these colors. It looks so good, you guys. I'm trying to get the color for you. See the colors together? Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't it so pretty? Let's see if I can back up just a little bit more. Oh, I love that together. And then we dug up all of these hostas. I think this is the Miss America hosta, an anemone. And then I think these are the ones that are called golden tiara. They're just tiny little green ones. So we will find a spot for these guys and give them a good home so they can get rooted in before winter comes. Well, you guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for spending the day with me. It started off early at like 7 a.m. when we dropped off my aunt at the airport. And then we went to the Home Depot and found some fun plants. And then we came home and we planted some of those fun plants in the driveway garden. So thanks for hanging out and spending time with me. Thanks for poking on my video and watching. If you're new here, thank you for visiting. I hope you come back. If you're always here, thanks for watching, sweet friends. I love that. And we'll see you on the next video when we plant some more happy. See you next time. Bye-bye.